Welcome back, everybody. This is MegaTrain, and we are back on my End of Skyblock Island. And as you can see, I've done a lot of work here. You can kind of still see the cobblestone remnants of my original paths between some of the platforms I'd made in these different biomes. But now I've almost completely filled the whole thing out and leveled out my torches as well. I had quite an excess of torches below. I'd hesitated up to this point in, making new animal pens and stuff like that because I really didn't have a good place to put them. But now that I've got my whole platform filled out here, it's going to be a lot easier for me to make new areas for everything. So I'm coming all the way back here. And I think I mentioned this in the last video, but these are biome dividers. So right now I'm standing in a flower forest, and right behind that is a desert area. If I travel over this way, I made my spider farm inside the swampland so that I could get some slime balls, speaking of. And over here is a jungle. I actually need to get some grass into this area to get an ocelot to fulfill one of my objectives. This is a cold taiga. This direction where my mob farm is in extreme hills. And there's two more cold biomes over here. There's an ice plains. If I come to the edge here, I get into a ice plains spikes. And behind that is a frozen river and a cold beach. So a few different things that we can do with these different biomes, but I'm just happy now to get these things better. I don't know, clean slate, if you will, a bigger platform to organize on. So what I'll be doing in this episode is kind of adjusting some of my the stuff I've built to my new platform. For example, now that I've got this platform up against it here, it'd be nice to have some of these. I don't know. I'm going to turn my wall so it goes this other direction and lay the my pictures out so they can be visible. So I'm going to reorganize a few things here. Let me actually start with my fishing hole. All right, so I've pulled down all my wall-mounted treasures here for safekeeping, and I'm just going to pull this back here a little ways, and really I'm just going to change it to a side wall instead of a wall coming toward us. And I'll go ahead and stick with the same wood type that I was using there. There we go. Now we can put our fish back up. Let's get these out of the way. There we go. And we'll put these different directions there a little bit. And we'll put some of our other treasures on this wall here. Let's see. Lily pad. Alright, I think I had a few more things in there, like a tripwire hook and stuff, but I don't know that I... Whoa, did I just lose that? I think I just lost boots. That's dangerous. I don't want to lose something important. Alright, so, I don't know. I might refine this just a tiny bit further later, but I think that's pretty good. I still do like to close the gate behind myself while I'm fishing, so I don't run into any creepers coming up behind me or something like that. Very good. The second thing I'm going to work on here is some animal pens. first of all, this is too small. I want to be able to segregate my animal types, and it really doesn't work. I'm sure you guys all know that animals can glitch through just normal single fences. So the cobblestone behind this is an effort to try to prevent that. But all it really has been doing is getting animals stuck in the corner. Plus, every time I log on or go through the portal, they can still glitch through and get on top of these blocks and get up and out. So let me show you a design that I found that actually does keep the animals inside a pen, and we'll set up a couple different pens for each of these animal types. But first, let me go and sleep. Well, I'm not guaranteeing that this is 100% foolproof, but I have had better luck with this design. Basically, 2 planks behind each other with fences on top of the first one. The idea is that they're going to be held inside this pen. They can jump up on this little lip, although they don't normally do so. But what happens is if they start to glitch through this first plank, they're not going to be smothered by the fences, first of all. That's the problem when you have 2 or more normal blocks high. But they're also not going to glitch all the way through to the second fence, or at least in my testing, that's much, much less common. So let's see if we can get at least the cows over here, maybe all of them. All right, guys. Oops. I'll reward you for coming on the trip. There we go. So we actually have a light gray sheep now. Very good. And this poor unfortunate soul, we're going to have to clean up. He's stuck in the fence anyway. Sorry. Don't even get any mutton out of him. So we're going to clean up this pen here, and we're going to start expanding this grass in a couple of different directions. We need to get a wolf spawn. We need to get an ocelot spawn. We need to get some mushrooms spawned if we can. There's a few different things that we'd like to be able to do. So I may take some of the grass right now that we're using for our... I don't have a shovel. For our tree farm and use that to start spreading this grass out a little bit. All right, I have not dug up the grass in this section. I certainly need to keep that, although I may move it around a bit. I'm actually going 4 different directions with my grass. I'm going over toward the jungle biome. I'm going over to the flower forest biome, going over to the mushroom biome, and I'm going over to the, cold taiga biome. But I'm going to actually keep this section fenced in because it's still got grass on it and it still might spawn something. Obviously, we know that normal fences don't do the best job in keeping things in long term, but I'm thinking of this basically as a spawn area. If I do see some animals pop out, I'm going to get them out of there and pull them to a more permanent style pen. So these guys should be all right in here. I can't shear these guys if they've got no grass to regrow their wool, but I'm okay with that for now. So one hallmark, of course, of this map, both the original and my modified, my updated version of Skyblock, is that we don't have a lot of dirt. So I've got this amount of dirt, I've got some of the extra that I've put on here, and I've got my garden that I've got made up over there. I don't think, well, I've got a tiny bit more. So to get these things to continue to grow, we're going to have to kind of monitor where the grass is and move the dirt 1 or 2 blocks at a time. It is about 4 times faster to have a double row of dirt growing grass than it is to have a single row of dirt. That's because with a double row, it can grow, let's say this is your block that's got grass on it. It can grow from here to here, or here to here, or here to here. It can grow 4 different directions instead of just one direction. So it happens about 4 times as fast. So if you can spare the dirt, definitely use double rows to grow your grass out. I'm going to go ahead and pick up this farm. I think I'm going to move the reed farm closer to where I'm actually going to use it over in the near the village, and I may pick up my my garden as well, and we'll decide what to do with this here. All right, I've moved my reed farm over here next to the village, and basically just got a single water source and a row on each side. And I think I mentioned this before, but reeds will grow on both sand and on dirt, but I'm using my dirt for lots of other stuff. And this is all the sand I have at the moment. So I've actually got quite a bit of sugarcane so far. So we'll keep that stocked up here and use it for trades. So sun's almost going down. I'm going to sleep again, but after that, we'll take a look at our farm here and decide what we want to do with it. I'm a bit torn. I'm not sure whether I want to go full automated at this point with like a redstone and a water bucket and a dispenser and stuff like that. I've done that on some prior Let's Plays. If you've seen my Ocean Block Let's Play. But I don't know. We'll play around with it and see what we come up with. I'm gonna grow and harvest my wheat one final time here, if I can find my shovel. And then we'll pick these things up and move them somewhere else. Oh, I need my water bucket for that. All right, I've cleaned up my old farm, my old garden, and before I put a new one down, I noticed my grass is growing nicely, so we'll put a couple of extra on each direction, and we'll pick up the old. And I think I'll leave that one. And if I've got my fences still here, then I can finish enclosing this so that I don't get any things in there that shouldn't be there. So I already made this as a mushroom farm quite a while ago, but I'm going to go ahead and put my resources for this over here so it's all in one place. We got our brown mushrooms and our red mushrooms, and keep some bone meal in here as well. There we go. We'll leave that there so it actually looks like a mushroom farm, and we'll leave a spare axe over here just because I have a spare axe. Not bad. Not bad. So that's part of what I'm doing here, is kind of separating out my different items, my different farms, rather than keeping everything together in one place. I'm not sure if you saw, I did separate out my wheat and my seeds because I switched over to all wheat for my trading and organized my other materials a bit. But there are several things that I haven't done here. I haven't started a cocoa bean farm. And I'll probably separate out the flowers and stuff into a separate chest as well. There is not a lot I really need to do with my cobblestone farm. I changed it to a double chest here is really all that I did. This works really well for stone picks and for iron picks. When I actually get a diamond pick, or even further than that, an enchanted diamond pick, this is just not fast enough. So when I get to that point, I'll probably tear this down and redesign this as a high-speed cobblestone farm with pistons and stuff. But until that point, I am perfectly happy with it where it is. All right, I just came up here to sleep and noticed that I may need some lighting on my mushroom here. There were a couple of zombies standing on top of the mushroom, which is not good. So let's put some lighting up here. That should take care of it. And it looks like I had another sheep spawn. Maybe it spawned on one of these little things. I really don't need more sheep at this point, but maybe I'll hold on to him. Let me show you something cool I found. I didn't realize that you could actually fish out ink sacs, but I did. I actually don't know why a space like this doesn't spawn squids. I've never seen one spawn in here. Maybe there's something funny about the squid spawning rule that I haven't anticipated. But we're going to take this guy and make him a black sheep and pull him over with those guys. I've been keeping up with my grass here and kind of getting rid of it on the back end and moving those to the front end whenever I see that it's grown. And that's the way we move all this forward. My spider farm is working just fine. I don't know that I need to do a whole lot to it. There is one thing I'm going to try. I'm going to stick a half slab here so that the spiders don't pop out like they have been. And I may take the door off and instead I want to put a fence gate. I just want to put another half slab. Let's at least put a fence gate here. See if that works better than what we've had. Not gonna work? That might work. It'll definitely keep the spiders in. The small slimes, I think that'll keep them in as well, and I'll have a bit more easy access to just hit them right through this space and pick up the drops right here. So one of the things that we can do with strings and slime balls, I don't get a chance to use it all that much, is make some leads. So I may use some leads to hold on to these guys a bit more securely, or if I want to put them in a temporary area without breaking down everything. So I'm going to get this guy out of here. And let's just attach him to the outside of that there. There we go. And we'll fix this back up. My village is continuing to work just fine. The one thing I have been planning to do is give myself a bit easier access to it. And so to do that, we'll just put some carpet on a gate in the corner. Let me show you one technique I found really handy. At a certain point, it gets really difficult to control these guys and to get them to go where you want. They just like to crowd into corners and things like that. So it really, really helps to subdivide these areas. But even once you've done that, it still doesn't mean that they go where you want in which specific area. So, for example, my front two sections are populated pretty nicely. I think I'm up to my maximum number of villagers. I haven't seen any baby villagers in a little while. But that's totally fine because most of my little slots are full, and at some point we're going to start labeling these guys and filling out our trades. But if there are more guys in one section than in another, and I want to encourage them to move from one section to the other, it is helpful to just make them a little ramp. So if you make a little ramp that gives them the ability to climb over a fence, you do have to make sure that they're not going to go the wrong direction and get up on the walls or something like that. So it's helpful to do something like that. But in this case, just their random walking and whatever, you can encourage as many as will volunteer to do so to walk over this section. There we go. Just like that. And they'll try to hop back, but they won't be able to. So that way you can kind of level out your areas. I actually had to make a secondary divider over in this area a little bit earlier. When I normally didn't have the dividers halfway down the section, just because there were too many that were just cramming up in this first area, but this really helps. So anyway, I don't know if we'll do it this episode, but at some point we'll come back here and start doing some more extensive trading. And now that we're at our full population of villagers, what we'll do is if we've got somebody that we really truly don't need their trade, oh, that's a good guy. So this guy, I don't have diamonds to trade him, so I'm not going to keep him around. There's no reason. He's not producing baby villagers. So I'll drop some sand on his head, or I'll use a piston killer or something like that. We'll show you a few different ideas for how to do that. There's plenty more to do on the island. I think next time we're going to try to look back at our list of objectives and start working more through that list now. I think the one final thing that we'll do in this episode is we'll do some cleanup on our iron golem farm. I'm not really happy with the stairs coming down. I feel like I'm going to fall into the void behind me. Uh-oh. Well, that's not good. That's a lot of golems. Poof. There we go. But I think I'll put some railings around here and maybe clean this up a little bit. And I think I'll change the entrance so it's a stairway instead of a ladder. But once we do that, that may be enough to call it an episode. So we'll see what we can do here. Not bad. These guys just gave me another stack and a half of iron. So I've got a pretty good collection of iron at this point. Certainly enough to start using it for hoppers or really anything else that I want to start using a bit more iron for. How the heck did a creeper get there? Ah! No! Oh no! It's not what I wanted to do. Wah, wah, wah. Hello. How did a creeper get there? Do I have a dark spot? I must have a dark spot. Alright, well I will have to look back at my list to see if I lost anything important. I had a full suit of armor. Lots of blocks, obviously. I better not have had any dirt. I don't think I had any dirt. I'd put it my extra dirt back here. I'm using the rest from the garden to help grow these areas here. They're coming along pretty nicely. I did lose a bunch of wood. I had stairways. I had some stairs and stuff I was going to use. All right, well, let me get some planks. I lost a reasonably decent bow. All right, we're going to do a stairway. All right, Just glad I didn't lose my iron. Alright, let me rebuild this thing here. Rebuild a suit of armor as well. And get some new tools. Alright, I feel a bit more comfortable with this. I do have to go get some more torches. I'm really not sure where that creeper came from. I'll add some extra. I used to have light. A torch right in the middle of this. I wonder if that was it, or if it came from up there. No idea. So I'm going to make a double wide stairway going this direction. The only thing I am not sure about is, does shift work when I am on stairs? Can I do this with stairs? Yes, I can. Okay. Alright, let's work my way up here. Alright, so we're at the top of the stairs here. We'll break out a couple of these blocks. And finish it up. Oh, look at that. Did you see it? Look what I spawned. Horses. Sweet. Hello, horse. Awesome. That is really the only additional mob I absolutely needed from this plains area. Plains horses can spawn on plains. They can also spawn on savanna, I think. So there we go. That is a major, major bonus achievement. Oh, I lost my leads, whatever they're called. But I can make more of those. So I'm definitely going to take good care of my two horses here. I don't know that I need an extra cow, but we'll see what we want to do about him. All right, I went back and looked at my death footage and discovered that I had my 2 buckets with me. But at this point in the game, that is not a problem. I've got infinite source of water, and I've got plenty of iron for as many buckets as I want. The only other resource, I mean, I had a stack of torches, I had a whole bunch of wood, and then that half stack of leads that I had just made. But nothing else that I can't replace. So, well, I think we've accomplished a lot today. I'm going to continue to work at these. I didn't have any dirt in my inventory or anything, so that's good. I'm going to continue to work on these areas. We're going to try to get some mushrooms to spawn. Where's my torch? There it is. But I think we've probably accomplished enough for today. So, thank you for watching. And I think next time we'll probably continue some of this work and work on some of our actual achievements. So, thanks for watching. We'll catch you next time.